All right, let's see if we can work it. Today, I shall mostly painting this guy. Or try to in any case. We shall do our best. Hope you're all doing good. Okay, let's maybe, just for shits and giggles, do that one. Then see how we can do this one. That. Okay. Did we get it? Yes, we got a tiny message that stream is on. A little bit of ASMR and work from there. Okay. First of all, first step first. Here I'm going to we're gonna add, this is the darkest, this is the brightest. I'm just gonna add these ones in here. This is the values I'm gonna be working with today. That's the same value. This is a darker value. Bubbles! Welcome, Warrior. You need some bubbles? Go for it. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna build this guy, and if we're gonna do that one, we need to first set his face, which I am going to do now. His face is gonna be here. I'm sure he will have he will definitely have a face, but he will. I'm sure he will have features and stuff, and maybe a helmet and whatnot that will be displayed later. But for now, we're just gonna add his general features. Like so. That's a big fuck off face. We need to lower it, lessen down a little bit. Oh, okay. We actually need to do this one first. This should be a new layer. Back wibbles. I'm gonna have him be lit slightly from the center here. So like there will be light coming from here, front of here somehow. Possibly this one a little bit, but also a little bit upwards, right? And that's just an ambient light thingy. It might look very like harsh light in the beginning, but it should be evened out as we go. So. Anyways, back to this one. Is he supposed to have a helmet? Don't remember, that's why I'm asking. No, this is not the orc. This is the paladin. Because the Gordok image I have, he has a helmet. I've just flipped it. I flipped it because I wanted to. Paladin has a crown. Okay, but on the image that you sent me, he has hold on. This is the image you sent me. These are just reference. See, he has a. This is the crown, I assume. But this is a helmet. And then he has like a hanging crown over it. I don't mind. It's either way for me. It doesn't matter, you know. Either way is good. In a long time. Sorry. Yeah, do as okay. Let me do it that one. How was your weekend? Alright, that's good to know. Wow. Weekend was good. We did a thing. We went to a little bit of a... it stormed? Oh man. We went to a little bit of a... we went to a little bit of a tattoo convention. And it just took a while. Not me. I'm getting one. I have one. I'm getting one for my birthday, which is in a couple of days just. But I'm getting one later this week, this month, for as a birthday thingy. So it's but N got one. She might be cajoled into showcasing. I'll ask her if she can show it later. Okay. I'm gonna put this one here so I can see it. Right, that's not what I wanted. Like so. I don't need the entire, but I need a little bit of views. Okay. So there's this thing here. And then there is a bit of a glare there. This might be too small. We'll see. It sounds like it could be my lovely wife. Hello.
Hello.
I spilled the beans on the fact that we went to the thingy yesterday.
How dare you?
I got asked if I had gotten a tattoo. And then I had to spill the beans even more. You hear a you hear a mod. Always hear a mod. Yeah. Moyo has all the beans, he says.
Dude, chili time. Oh, bloody hell.
That's not good. That doesn't cut it.
I have sore muscles, and I don't know why.
It's this one. You don't know why?
No.
No, you don't actually.
No,
I knew that you don't know that.
I wish I did. But alas, at the moment, it's feeling like I did squats with 70 kilos in my neck, which I didn't.
Which you did not.
Not that I couldn't, but there is a reason why I don't. Because I don't like sore muscles.
Nobody likes sore muscles. See if Keen managed to see it this time, because he sent a message earlier. Keen, yeah, he sent a message in the Discord that that his Twitch was logged out and that he didn't get any messages. That's the wrong layer.
Oh, Twitch. Oh, I was thinking it's been a bit weird with things in general, but I was.
Why am I reading your Discord messages during stream? Because they pop up on my phone and my phone's lying just next to me.
Get in there.
Stop sending me messages during stream. But see, I might drop the helmet if you're okay with that one because it gets a little bit busy.
Don't drop the helmet.
Yeah, no, but it gets a little bit busy and I'm afraid that it will
That's not
vanish.
what I'm saying.
Don't drop the baby.
And we have friends in the UK, and they're weirdos, kind of like us. And they came back from a trip, and my friend, her husband, Scotty, for fuck's sake, leave it.
Floating crown is not a problem at all. What the fuck just happened? I see.
And she, you know, they're rushing to the gate, as you do, because they were, you know, not as timely as me, who wants to be there 3 hours in advance and stuff. And he, her husband, who's a nice guy, accidentally, you know, bumps into, you know, a toddler, for which he goes like quite loud, "Don't kick the baby."
Yeah.
Oh, he was not amused, because you know, like
the toddler or the.
no, the hubby, because you know.
Oh, she said that one.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
something. It's something that sounds like he would have said it.
No. She's way more. She works in IT. She has the. But it was really like, you know, I would have done something like that as well. But yeah, the parents got upset and stuff, and you just go like, keep your couch goblin under, you know, under checkup. A terminal is not a place for playing about. But yeah, it was funny.
People. But yeah, the crown, the floaty crown, I'm gonna do still. That's definitely happening. It's just it got really busy really fast, and if I go into this is the maximum. This is technically speaking twice the size as the final. So then if you put it like this, the helmet just made it way busy.
Okay. Perhaps remove my cardigan of doom for a second. Put it on your chair, sorry.
I got a cardigan on my chair now.
All weird noises is me trying to frame a poster for murder.
You saw that he had eaten?
Well, you told me yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday when I came in and when I started leaking fluids here,
Yes.
he hadn't eaten. But today I went like, oh, he must be shedding. Which he
Oh,
was.
he did shed. But I also don't see any mouse anymore.
No,
So
so he ate it.
he ate it.
He went for a midnight snack.
Snack.
Come on. Fit, you bastard.
That's what she said. What is this? Oh, okay. That was my message.
Then it's upside down. Motherfuckers. Sorry.
If he has that glowy crown above, then it makes sense that he would have lights popping down onto his thingy as well.
Onto his
Onto his armor
onto
and
his
shizzle.
wazoo.
Onto his armor and shizzle. Now, if I'm not careful, his armor will he will start looking like the emperor of mankind.
Which version?
Golden boy. Well, not the throned one. Not the corpse.
See why I asked the question?
Ooh, yes. So I have said that I might be able to cajole you into displaying what you got, but I didn't make any promises.
I'll take a photo of the poster. Is that good enough? Because I like it. It's a nice design.
The poster, yes, but that's what not what I meant.
Kirim, you are not poster. You need to move, sweetie.
That said, I also didn't promise anything, and maybe wait up until it's healed.
Yeah, currently it just looks leaky.
It's leaky. It's leaky, okay?
The thing you're looking for, the word is mobula. Google it.
Mobula.
Because the entire species got renamed. That was one. I have another one to frame.
You ruined 2 pair of bed sheets with your back piece because of leakage. Yes.
Yeah. I have second skin on mine,
That
and
one's a lifesaver.
yeah, but it was yesterday. Yesterday. It's black work, so it's quite intense in its oozing. So yesterday I saw there was already a bit of like plasma and a wee bit of blood, not much, and black stuff, but it just leaked from underneath. So I had to put a bit of kitchen paper on the second skin where it was leaking, but today it's already fixed.
Yeah. Second skin is a thing that is so awesome.
But ever since, okay, my first tattoo is almost 20 years ago. No, more than 20 years ago.
Yes.
Let me just breathe in the bag for now.
No. No. We shall not.
First one I got when I was 18. So then you still had the old school coil. And my leg is completely done with coil, and the bands on my arm as well. The snake I got recently, the little one, that one got on with a pen, and I'm like, what? This barely hurts.
He has a pen thingies on.
This is not a tattoo. This barely hurts. Which is, don't get me wrong, you don't have to. As long as you don't get full anesthetized for a back piece, we're cool.
Yeah.
And that was already a huge difference in pain level. It's just, it doesn't cut as much. And then the second skin is just, before it was, plastic wrap and moisturizing it, and now it's, so kind of, it's nice that things evolve.
It is.
Also
And you said yesterday that it was meant originally for like pets?
second skin.
Yeah?
No, second skin's for burns. Blisters.
Then you might have just said something wrong because we were talking about it, because you said pets in the car when we left, but did you...
No, the blue stuff around, that are wrapped around, that's for pets.
Ah, okay. Never mind. My bad.
Because that's... Oh no, your eldest is on the way. I'll put it as a poster up in the art because
Yes.
I'm a general archer. Because I think it's a beaut.
It is a beaut. Okay. I think this one needs to be slightly farther apart.
And I can add like, I have 2 shitty photos of it because, I'll share it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one in like 15 years. I'm due for another, I think, after I pay off the manga mash. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think personally that, you will be equally pleasantly surprised at the progress being in.
I mean, it all depends as well on whether the tattoo artist you go to actually uses the pen. But the pen was amazing for me. Because since I get so, it's not that it's super painful to get the tattoo, because I can take the pain, but because my body now uses up energy for those things so much faster than before, I just got so spent by it, and the pen didn't have that sensation at all. Because when we got up and when I was done, it was, you said, 2 hours for me for my shoulder. I mean, I ate something because you told me that maybe I should eat something, but I didn't really feel like I had to.
Yeah, but I also didn't really feel like carrying you.
No, but the
on.
point being
I know.
that the pen was easier.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's mightier than the coil.
Yes.
Now, for me, the difference was depending whether if you do fine line with the coil, which is like mad respect for the skills of people who do that one. After a while, it gets like that almost cutting sensation.
Yeah.
Because it's very sharp, and it also feels less swollen because I remember how swollen my arm was after the 3 bands.
Yeah.
But then again, Phil molded for 6-7 hours to
He
get all
did,
the black in, and it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. This one is gonna be equally black, but it was just easier, and I think easier on the. So yes, I put some in the general archer.
Good.
So now I need to I have a snake on one side, I have black mobula, gray, and I have quite a big space for something else and a smaller space for a 4th animal.
Yes. And I need to get me I'm gonna call it I'm gonna call it Cheshire.
Yeah. Cheshire cat. No, not cat.
No, not cat.
Cheshire critter. Because we're midlife crisis and we should get tattoos and stuff.
Or something.
It was kind of funny though because I had it covered up at work because it was leaking. The blue bandage on the thing is where I had put, on the photo is where I had put, the kitchen paper on it with vet wrap because nothing is as good for keeping bandages in the spot as something made for dogs and cats. So, I had wrapped up my arm a bit more to make sure everything is covered and nothing leaked, and people were like, oh my god, did you injure yourself? Yes, on purpose.
Also, we saw someone who did fantastic color works yesterday. That one was fucking amazing, and I will state right away, voluntarily injured myself, yes. I will state right away. I saw she had a design, and it made me go like, maybe I should contact her when I'm done with my stuff and I manage to save up some money and get Bob the Beholder on my arm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm just reading a message I got.
Yeah, because she had a thing, and it really gave. I mean, it was a Beholder, so it wasn't like that, but it was also in the right type of style. And yes, it would be. You haven't done a color piece yet. I'm very happy with like the. Also, colors are better now than they used to be, because I was always been very hesitant towards colors. Even when I was hesitant to getting a tattoo in general, I was hesitant towards colors specifically because they kind of faded. Nowadays they're quite good. I did tell Peanut though that you need to find someone who really does good, because even if you have the best pigments, there are those that just don't know how to put it correctly under the skin. There's I almost wanted to say setting, but there's like a skill to setting it at the right layer in the right way so that it actually sticks.
It was a smaller convention than the last one we went to, but it was really well done.
Yeah, it was the first time we did it as well, no?
Yeah. Peanut got a bottle of mead instead of a tattoo, but I can live with that one.
Yeah. Well, he enjoyed it, so this is the goal we have.
There was like a meat seller there, and I was like, oh, if you want to test whether they're good, you should test the natural meat, like the pure honey one. And they just looked at me and avoid eye contact because everything they had was like frou-frou drinks, like strawberry or candy floss, and I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew, meat should be just like at best apple, just honey.
It should. But yeah, meat is good shit.
Yeah, well, depends, because we've drank some dodgy mead as well.
We've drank some dodgy meat.
We had this bottle that really looked cool with runes on. Peanut has it because he likes it. And we went like, yeah, it's made by a Danish company, made Scandinavian thing. Okay, Denmark is technically not Scandinavia, but we tolerate them. Barely, but we do.
Barely, but we do.
And go like, yeah, you know, the tradition of mead is there, and oh my fucking god, that was one of the most disgusting things I've
It
ever
was
drank.
rancid.
Like
And
the
rancid is actually an insult to rancid.
Sorry, I just went like, you know, like Denmark.
Yes, I know. I heard you. Don't tell the Danes.
What are they gonna do?
At
me?
Or tell the Danes, but in Danish. Nobody will understand you. Not even the Danes. That's Skåne though.
I know, but they're spare Danish.
Aspiring Danish. Sorry, we're mocking the Danes now, but they deserve it, goddammit. It is all good, I know. You don't know anything about Danes? Careful, they will educate you. And then the Danes did this.
You know, they're in charge of Greenland, even though they claim that, you know, Greenland has autonomy.
This is true.
Which it doesn't, because they do disgusting things with the native people there.
Yeah.
Forced sterilization is still a thing. Removing children from homes is still a thing. Because they come from Greenland and they cannot adjust in Danish society. Also, Danes are horribly racist.
Yes, they are extremely racist.
I should put up a photo of like one of Denmark's delicatessen.
You should.
Because nobody.
You're talking about pulsar, right?
Yeah. Nobody. See, the thing is, you know, everyone goes like, nobody likes the Swedes. Yeah, not really. You know, the Swedes get tolerated. Everyone just pisses on the Danes. Okay.
Except the Danes.
I'll put it in. Sheet posting, yeah, sheet posting. That seems like.
That seems apt.
Nobody's supposed to ask questions.
Now, I'm scrambling to think. Do we have any Danes in the? We might have.
They're used to it. This is proper Scandinavian banter.
Fair enough. Okay, so that one goes there, and this one goes here. And if this one goes here, then it goes up here. And then this one can fuck off.
No, but Scandinavian history and Finnmark, yes. Finland is not Scandinavia. They're Nordic, but they're not Scandinavia.
No, they're not. They've also been treated quite poorly by everyone, but especially the Swedes.
Yeah, and the Russians.
Yeah, I meant by the Scandinavians.
Yeah, but you have, you know, everything that's not, that doesn't have the Swedish flag on it, but everything that's military or whatnot has three crowns on it, not crowns, crowns on it. Like, you know, even
In
the
Finland?
no, Finland has a special lines.
Yeah.
So even the Swedish hockey team has like, you know, it's like usually blue jerseys with three yellow crowns on it, called tre kronor, the three crowns. Why? Because it's a pissing contest. Norway, Sweden and Denmark, you know, Danish king once ruled everything, and then it was a Swedish king who ruled everything, and there was parts of Denmark who had annexed Sweden and Norway, and it's just one big giant clusterfuck of tag, you're it.
Yes. And you need to tag, otherwise you're not
So
it.
like to give you an idea how funny it is, there is like a thing that I do to piss off Swedes. That is during one of the longer periods of Danish occupation in Sweden, and they were talking 1200s.
Tyrann.
There was a king that the Swedes called Christian the Tyrant. In Denmark, he's called Christian the Good.
I know. Let's do this one because you're sitting on this side, Matt.
Yeah, which is funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but he's still a tyrant.
Yeah, that's why I call him in Sweden, Christian the Good, because these people.
I think he's like also. He's like. I don't know. I think it's him that is credited for having brought the sugar cubes to Scandinavia or something like that.
Yeah, but
Like it's a weird. There's some weird stuff, but he treated the Danes very well, which is
Absolutely.
makes sense that he would, and he decided that the Swedish noblemen were a threat, so he basically eradicated all of them, which led to an uprising of one of Sweden's most important kings eventually.
But still, killing of the Swedish nobility, I don't really see anything inherently wrong with that.
I mean, they would have had a bigger gene pool by now.
And Norway is a bit like the little
Bitch.
runt of the litter, because they've only became independent like
1917, I think.
yeah, not that long ago. The 17th, the 17 May.
Yeah, the 17th of May in, I think, 1917, 1913 somewhere. It was just before one of the world wars.
Yeah, it's gonna be the First World War.
Yeah, I think so.
The dissolution of the union between Norway and Sweden. Yeah, I just give me a date. I don't need the entire thing. Blah blah blah. 1905.
Yeah, see?
So it's fairly recent that Norway became a thing of its own. Before that, when they were kind of spared, Swedes.
They were spared, the Swedes, yes.
It's kind of funny because the Kingdom of Norway itself has been mentioned in old medieval writing, so it's.
Yeah.
That's why I always find it so funny when you get see lots of videos of Americans assuming that Europe is just very unified and very homogeneous.
We're not.
You just go like, yeah, no, we don't like each other.
No. I tend to not really piss on any. Should I tell my Norwegian grandma that we are spare Swedes? No, don't do that one. No, don't do that one. You want your grandma to be around and not angry with you. But like, so there is a lot of. I don't know if it's actual animosity. It's difficult to say that one because from a Swedish point of view, it's more like a belittling of Norwegians. But I think that from the Norwegians' point of view, it's more, ruling them for a long time.
You guys were also assholes throughout most of history.
Shut up.
But
So what in Sweden that one manifests is that we make like jokes that are basically Norwegian jokes, and the Norwegians do Swedish jokes about us, and usually they are interchangeable ones. But there is I don't know. There's this thing where because of the entire situation that Sweden was in during the 1900s, also because they didn't really suffer from the world wars in the same way because we did shit, meant that in the 1970s when everything went to hell for the entire world in terms of finances, Sweden didn't have a recession. So
and neither did Norway.
Yes, they did.
They had oil already.
No, but they had recession because they were still suffering from the Second World War.
Okay.
It was really after that one that they so TV, radio, all of those social outlets that happened, they were centered around Sweden for Finland, Norway, Sweden and Denmark, which meant that they had access to all of the Swedish news channels and whatnot, like kind of like how you had in here to France and Holland, but it was really a one-way direction there.
But what I was trying to say was that that kind of banter we have between countries
Yeah.
is a healthier way than actually going to war.
True.
300 years ago, us joking like that, you know, could lead to war almost, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny that there's the assumption that, you know, we're all civilized and cultured in Europe. We're not. You know, and thank God we have an enemy externally to look at.
Yeah.
And if not, the EU will find one, or, you know, people nominate themselves as one.
There is a literal animosity and a sensation, a bad sensation between the countries in that sense. And from a Swedish point of view, it's more like a there, kid brother. But from, you know,
From Norway,
from Norway, it's different.
but it's like, you know, it's only been like a bit more than 100 years since Norway actually got their independence and decided to, you know, dissolve the union. It is kind of funny because, you know, imagine like 100 years after America got created, a Brit comes in and goes like, "Oh, you rebel scum!" Still, that would hurt
Yeah.
way more than me
Yeah.
now on 4th of July going like, you know, you ungrateful rebels, kinda. Now you can laugh with it, but 100 years, there are still people who technically could touch that period.
Yeah.
Who were around when their parents, you know, well, they will not be around, but you know.
I mean, I'm sure your grandma wasn't around when that one happened, but she probably remembers, you know, how her parents reacted and how the general sensation was and stuff like that. And I mean, my family had there are Norwegians in my family as well on my grandma's side,
Yeah.
because what's his name? The dude that moved to Utah.
Yeah.
One of his wives is Norwegian, but that one is also comes from the fact that they traveled with Norwegian family. So there's somewhere over there on that side of my family there are Norwegians as well. So
Yeah, I don't really have to say that much because I have, you know, on one side of my family I have Dutch.
yes, there is also slight animosity between the Belgians and the Dutch. Let's slight, just a tad. I don't have a camera on, but I'm literally showing with my fingers how small. But it's not that small. It's
And then again, you're also living in the country that was literally created to be a
the buffer. Yeah. Jesus, the French, the English, and the Dutch are at it again. Let's just build a country in between
and
them.
Germans.
And the Germans.
We have a couple of duchies here and earldoms we don't really use. Let's just make a country out of them. And then people wonder why we don't get along in our country. Going like, let's take a bit of Holland, a bit of France, a wee bit of Germany, and go like, voila.
Let's add some cheese.
Belgium, add some fries, add some good beer. We're only a country because of the beer.
Yeah, beer, fries, and diamonds. That's
And waffles.
and waffles, and later chocolate.
Limburgs of lie. So yeah, if we're not so bloody fed all the time, you know, one famine and the entire country goes up in flames.
I mean, also worth noting is the fact that, you know, Tolkien based The Hobbit on the Belgians.
Well, on the Low Countries in general.
On the local, fine, fair. That one and Douglas Adams wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy whilst being high on weed somewhere here as well.
Yeah, and dealing with Belgian bureaucracies.
So you there's that.
So much to be proud of.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, in Abaland. Okay.
But I can't. I know the Civil War in the States, but beyond that one, I think you have mostly football rivalry because, you know, oh my God, I'm from Minnesota and you're from Idaho. Ooh, screw potatoes, we like cheese, kind of.
That was awfully specific, but yes, it's
But
correct.
it fits.
It does fit.
But it's just, I can't even. I can't imagine California looking at Oregon and going like, you know, let's go to war if famine breaks out.
No, that's difficult to see.
Texas, yeah, sure, Texas, but Texas.
No, yeah, but also I can see that one, but not between neighbors. Like I can see, like, you know, Texans or people from Florida going like, you know, those goddamn people from Seattle, you know, like that one I can see that the animals, but that's based upon, you know, how people in general are behaving and how they look at people. But like, I don't know, California waging war on Nevada, that sounds weird.
Daddy, leave it. Leave it.
That does.
No.
Or like all the square states having fights. That sounds weird as well.
Okay, the fact that you have straight borders is already weird for me as well.
Yeah.
You haven't fought over them and like have weird little. These 2 meters are ours now. I find it funny.
For general knowledge, we are not pissing on anyone in particular. We're pissing on everyone. Just. But it just seems weird, that one, to me, that they would be fighting with one another.
But then again, let's not give people ideas.
No. Look at him getting a stash and everything.
But then having conflict within the same state, for instance, oh, here, you know, we have 3 languages and 3 groups of people who go like, I piss on you, because it's kind of part of the culture.
Golden showers for everyone. That's. I want to be very honest with you. That sounds like a presidential.
That sounds like the new slogan for the Golden State, no?
Yeah.
And it would kind of fit. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I.
But yeah. I'm just building the basics now to make sure that I have a general idea about where things go. There's so much I need to do with this one, but it's good to have it on the way. Right. There's so much glowy bits on this armor.
That's what she said. So yeah, today's history lesson was brought to you by Annoyed Europeans.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such delights as the wars between Belgium and...
Well, Belgium has had, for European standards, okay, we're like what? We got made in 1830. So we're almost 300 years. Oh my god, I'm going to live the 300. No, 200.
200.
I was like, 300 seems a lot. Jeez, we're not that old. I'm not that old.
You're just nominally older than Norway.
Yeah, we are. So we only went to 2 wars. And kind of because we're smack in the middle and we had no choice. So the First World War, where we had like the trenches here.
Yeah.
And the Second World War, where Germany went like, this is mine.
This is ours now!
Don't shout, dude. However, the area where we are living, Flanders, has been one of the military strongholds in Western Europe for like, you know, mercenaries, we have them, money, we have them, trade, we have them, archers, we have them. You don't like the British? We have lots of people who do not like the English kind of. Not the British at that time.
You don't like the British? We have them.
We have them. You need them for target practice. But everyone literally, we fought with everyone from like the Romans to, the Goths, the Visigoths,
Okay, I was about to say when you said like we fought everyone, I was gonna say like so did we, but then you went like Romans, and I was like, okay, not them. well, a little bit, a slight bit of Roman bitch slapping, just a slight invasion of Milan and stuff.
And yeah, so it's kind of we were both the slag and the slagger, because everyone has been here.
Yes. A smidge.
But it's kind of funny because Flanders has been quite, feared and warlike in general. And then you get Belgium, not so much. Beer works.
Beer works. Beer works. Alright, we're closing in on the closing in. On the end of stream for today. It's the end of the stream as we know it. Okay, get rid of this one for now. You're gonna make a stream call, my work call soon? Okay, let's do the save, and let's do the time lapse already, and we can just hang around for a couple of minutes. Here is a save as, because you need to save that as. And then we're gonna do a quick, long time lapse. Let's do all. Let's do all, just to make it longer. But yes, this is gonna be too long. I can't do that one. It's gonna take long. I'm gonna just push it forward instead. It's already here, 2 minutes. Excuse me while I sneeze. On stream. Thank you for noticing. We're gonna push forward a little bit more anyway, because otherwise it's gonna take. This is 4 minutes already, dude. This one is like a 8-minute long time lapse. But there's movement, there's stuff happening. Yes. The lapse of time. So yeah, we shall move stuff. Quick note already. Yes, you can message me on Discord. Next Friday I'm not streaming because next Friday I'm working.
Next Friday is which day?
The 13th, I believe.
Okay. I can see whether I can set up for a bit of a later stream.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that I can stream in the evening, but I'm being so tired when I've been
No, but
working.
I can most likely do that.
Yeah. So yeah. It's I got contracted to work on Friday and Saturday next week, which is good.
I have this post, this group I follow called Unhinged Goblin Posting. And I will, unless you have turned off the sound?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I will tell a very horrible joke, and it's horrible. Question asked on Reddit. Dear couples, what do you do after an orgasm? First person, it's Reddit, so it's... I finish the autopsy and then assure myself that one bad decision doesn't make me a bad veterinarian.
That sounds like a keen answer.
Take this little golden nugget and do with it as you please.
You'll keep an eye on Discord to see if mods will be streaming. That's awesome. Ah, yes. This was when I was copy pasting all my other windows and showcasing everything. Everything! But yes. I can see already that I need to make a couple of adjustments on this one, but that's fine. It's actually getting the rough feeling, the rough sensation of what I want anyway, so that's good. His hair looks like a dead octopus. Alright. So that was dead on at 9. So thank you so much for being here, and take care, and see you guys, if all goes well, on Friday. I don't have jobs on Friday so far, so we'll see. But if all goes well, we'll see each other on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.